came in the air without.
Who we got? Anders in Norway. Yeah,
Yay.
we had Anders
Hello.
last week. How are you doing, Anders?
I'm doing great. I'm really liking the show, and I think you guys should pitch this to a major network to get the word out there.
We get
because
asked that a lot.
Yeah.
It turns out you have to provide a lot of money to make that happen.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
If only it happened for free, we'd be there.
Well, we have the internet now, so we can do things for free.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
Yeah. So my first question is, will the rules of the universe, quote unquote, kill God in the future? Everything in the universe has followed some rules, and they kind of are the product of these rules.
Yeah.
And the rules said first adapt, then they said find clothes, then they said go to the moon. Then each step will kill God in the future. Do you think?
No.
Okay. No. The political God.
You're talking about the God of the gaps, right?
Well, it very much depends on how you define God, but in the broad sense, there's always going to be somebody who defines God in a way that God is immune from these things.
Right. A lot of folks say that God makes up the rules, right?
Yes. That
puts
as
God outside of the rules, right?
As the transcendent author of these rules, he's not subject to these rules. And so no matter what we learn and discover about the universe that would limit, there will always be some people who accept the idea of this God. Now, what I do think is that as we learn more about the nature of reality, the nature of the universe that we live in, the belief in God will it's going to
get more
vary,
logic.
but it'll eventually decrease to where I think P.Z. Myers said that it would be something along the lines of knitting, some kind of a hobby, or it would be more embarrassing to say that this is something you believe. I'd like to see it get to the point where religious people, superstitious people, anybody who is adamant in their support of non-scientific ideas, of bad science, junk science, pseudoscience, superstition, and religious. I'd like to see it get to the point where they represent such an extreme minority that they have no relevance or power on the political.
Well, and we're getting there, I think, very slowly, right? We're having it used to be that religion was a very private thing, right? And it wasn't a topic of polite conversation, right? But the religious right in the United States, I think, has gone a long way towards changing that and making it a very public thing. They've wanted to shove their religion down everybody's throats, and so it has become a public thing. And I think the more we talk about it, the more we, poke at it and say, this doesn't make sense, this doesn't make sense, this is stupid, this has killed people, and so on. Hopefully, we'll make a little impact, and we'll get to this point where people will say, oh, well, of course that's wrong, of course it's ridiculous. Maybe that's my hope. That's what motivates me.
Yeah. Will technology in the future maybe make it harder to teach religion to kids? Because the technology is knocking on the human nature, and human nature wants to go to the moon and figure out stuff.